can't hand over a sick country to a sick president, Pastor Oyedepo. My people, walk with me sign as we analyze what this means, in the case of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his presidential ambition, and the consequences an ailing President Tinubu poses for us as a nation. Nigeria currently finds itself in a very dire situation. Every sector of the country is in deep decay. The insecurity is the worst the country has ever witnessed in its existence. Indeed, whoever becomes the next president of Nigeria will be required to hit the ground running. Tinubu has indeed appeared frail in some videos and pictures that have made the rounds since these campaigns began. First, we noticed that he has the tendency to urinate on himself in public, as shown in these pictures, suggesting some sort of urinary incontinence. Next, in several videos through these campaigns, he's found to have visibly shaky and unsteady hands while trying to perform simple fine tasks. In this video, while addressing an audience at his home, his hands can be seen visibly shaking at rest, and while adjusting the microphone again, in this video, at the last APC convention, his hands can be seen visibly shaking, while trying to perform such a simple task as turning over a leaflet. It takes him all of 12 seconds to accomplish such a basic simple fine task. In this next video, I will demonstrate a blind stare, gaze, lasting about 13 seconds before he recollects himself. While addressing an audience, this next video demonstrates a loss of balance, something that has become pretty frequent in his videos.
Recruit 50 million youths into the army
as will also be demonstrated in the video after this. In the next tweet in the thread here, he loses his balance yet again, while making his way through a hall. Now, what might a combination of these obvious medical symptoms be telling us? Stay with me as I take you through a short lecture on Parkinsonism male sign. According to these screenshots from different reputable medical websites, Parkinsonism is a progressive, incurable brain disease that inevitably worsens over time, even with the best medical care. Some of the symptoms as highlighted in these screenshots include 1. Tremors that usually start from the hands, before involving the rest of the body as disease progresses. 2. Loss of balance, as we already demonstrated in some of those videos. 3. Urinary incontinence, dribbling or leaking of urine. 4. Blank stares for varying lengths of time. 5. Thinking difficulties and cognitive impairment. Now, we can see clearly that the man who aspires to the highest office in the land exhibits all of the classical symptoms of Parkinsonism. What's the most important note here? It is a progressive and incurable brain disease. Now, are we, as a people, in the precarious situation that this country currently finds itself, really going to elect a man as president, who according to these screenshots, could be suffering from a disease that impairs his thinking and cognitive abilities, and will only get worse? Are we going to hand over a country with a 60% youthful population to a man who should be in a nursing care home? Are we going to risk having a government at the risk of being hijacked by a cabal because the man at the top is incapable of carrying out his sworn duties as president? What makes this prospect of a hijack even more scary is the profile of the man he has chosen as his running mate and potential VP, who has widely been accused by credible sources of being a Boko Haram sympathizer and possible financier. If this doesn't scare us, I wonder what will. Are we really going to elect a man whose real name is unknown, whose real age is unknown, who has no verifiable academic qualifications, who has nothing to show for his previous stints in public office, who is an ethnic jingoist, who is a conflict instigator, who has no value for human life and property, and oversaw the highest number of killings of Hausa people by the violent OPC in Lagos State, who saddled this country with its worst leadership ever, for no reason other than to fulfill his own selfish ambition. Lon Kan, who prides himself as a godfather, enthroning and deposing elected public officials at will, who is sick with what is suspected to be a progressive and incurable brain disease that affects thinking and cognition, and should be in a nursing care home instead. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the facts, and the profile of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the presidential candidate of the APC, a party with this scorecard as of a month ago, that has gotten even worse in the past 1 month. Are we going to make a choice that'll lead to the total destruction of what's left of our barely surviving beloved country? Or are we going to choose competent leadership with a track record of accountability, performance, and empathy? The choice is ours to make at the polls. Written by Kweku the Hustler, focused on selling Peter Obi.
Have you learned something new today? Don't forget to follow Barrister Street for more legal updates. Continue to learn with us, for free.